So as of the recording of this video, it is the 26th of October, so I have about 3-ish or so weeks left of uni. And this isn't just the end of the semester, this is the end of my degree, and this has been a really long journey. I have no idea whether I'm even going to use the degree in the end, or whether I'm going to go and do something else, whether this is going to keep going as it's going, or what is going to happen. But I wanted to finish everything off because I was only a year away when I started doing the YouTube stuff, so I was like, okay, I'm going to finish it off because this is just something I've already put 3 years of my life into. I might as well finish it, and it gives me something to fall back on if I need to do so. But the past couple of weeks have been, I guess the best way to describe it would be absolutely hectic, because I have about 3 weeks left to finish off all of my assignments, and some of my courses have, I guess, way more assignments than they probably should. So this semester I have 3 classes. So I only have 3 classes because one of my classes is worth double credits because it's my honors project. So I have my Big Data Basics class, which for that one I have a paper that I have basically finished. I just need to do all of the reference listing stuff and, you know, grammar check and things like that. So that one's not going to take too long. But then I also have to do a 10-minute presentation on the paper as well. I don't know why. So I need to then go and work out what I need to say in the paper for that. That's going to be annoying, but I've also got my VR assignment where I've got a 3rd assignment for that, which is a AR assignment, which I haven't started yet because this course shouldn't have 3 assignments. The 2nd assignment was absolutely massive. It probably could be given another 2 or so weeks and be perfectly fine. But for that one, I also need to do a paper review. I've read the paper, I've made my slides for it, but the review happens in a week or so. But then for my honors project, I have another paper I need to write that's 4,000 words. It's between 2 people, so it's only 2,000 each, but it needs to be referenced properly and all that. So we had to read a ton of papers, and I think I've read all of them now, but God, reading through those papers has been absolutely mentally draining. But besides that, I've also got a 100-page design document that I need to go through and actually edit and update to be in line with the current state of the project. So I've got quite a bit to do over the next 3 weeks, and luckily it seems to be going a bit better than I had expected, but going through those papers every single day has just been really tiring me out. The main thing I wanted to get at with this video is I feel like there's been a bit of a quality drop in the content that I make. I don't mean in the lighting or in the audio. The audio is just as bad as it's always been, and the lighting is just as haphazard as always. I mean in my presentation, not my presentation style per se, but more about the level of energy that I bring to the presentation, because when I actually get to the time when I can actually record a video, I feel like I'm considerably more tired than I would have been 4 or 5 weeks back. Now, I know that this just might be me being very paranoid, because I have been looking at my content quite a bit and looking at ways that I can actually go and improve the content. But I have been getting a lot of positive reception for what I've been doing as well, so I do plan to continue in this direction. It's just for me as a creator, I feel like there's just something off about what I've been making recently, and I think the main thing that really feeds into that is the fact that I haven't had as much time to actually prepare the videos, because typically I'll spend an hour and a half to 2 hours looking at a video. I'll be testing the software, writing up notes, and the thing that I've been kind of not having as much time to do is doing a bit of in-depth research onto the issues that exist with the application. Really, what I've been going over are the issues that I've been noticing basically through my testing, but there might be other things outside of that range which really are important to mention, but I just don't really get time to look at them. I think that might be the biggest thing that's sort of affecting the way I feel about the content. And the other thing is the video variety, because right now there are certain types of videos which just aren't really feasible with the amount of time I actually have to spend on the channel. So things like my Unix history videos, those take considerably longer to prepare than all of my other videos. Usually those are 3 or 4 hours of research, sometimes even longer depending on the topic I'm actually looking at. Some of them, if I wanted to, I could spend an entire week researching just to make a single video, but I don't know if there's any topics on my list right now that are going to demand that much time, but just in general, they take longer than my regular videos. And the other videos that I don't really have time to look at right now are the tutorial videos, because generally when I make a tutorial, it's because I've just wanted to do something on my own system. So the MPD video, that was because I wanted to install MPD, and really any of the other tutorial videos that I've done, those have been because I wanted to do that as well. So I might be doing something with Caden Live soon, but besides that, I haven't had time to mess around with Linux as much as I'd like to. Now, don't worry about me or anything like that, because I'm not stressed about getting the work done, because I haven't done the maths for this or anything, but I think that if I just don't hand anything up, I could still probably pass. So as long as I get something done, I'll be perfectly fine, because at this point, I'm sitting at about 90-ish% on most of my classes, because I don't have a social life and I just put all of my effort into that. So I think that if I just smash out baseline assignments, it'll be perfectly fine. So I don't want to do that. I don't really like just putting in the absolute minimal amount of effort. That's sort of the thing that's really taking up my time. Yes, I could just do that, but I'm the sort of person who, even though it literally does not matter what I get for my grades at this point, I really don't just want to skate through basically passing. I think the thing that's been messing with me is the fact that I haven't really been getting outside as much, because generally my days go working on assignments or working on videos, editing videos, planning videos, things like that. And then the time that I step outside, it's either to go buy some food, so I'm not outside for that long, or it's to go to work, and I work at night, so generally it's going to be like 8 p.m. or so the sun's either set or just about setting. So I think probably the fact that I haven't been getting that much sunlight is probably what's messing with my head as well. Now, as for sleep I consider to be very important, because I have made serious mistakes with sleep in the past. Back in, I think, my second year of university, I had a C++ course, and I think I stayed up from 10 a.m. to 7 a.m. the next day to get an assignment done. And I was working on the assignment literally the entire day. Now, I would not recommend this, because it really, really does mess with you, and you will really start to hate the course and hate all of university. So at this point, I do make sure I'm getting like my 7 or 8 hours of sleep. I don't know how people function on less than that. It's very bad for you. Make sure you get 8 hours of sleep. But even so, because my entire day is just working on assignments, it is still kind of tiring. And by the time I actually wake up, it doesn't feel like I've really rested that much. Now, part of what's causing that is probably the fact that I'm not really getting that much sunlight. Now, it's not like I'm just working in the dark all the time. I do open up these blinds when I'm not recording videos. I'm not just sitting here like this, just being depressed in the dark. That's a bad idea. I wouldn't recommend doing so. It's actually really bright in this room, even without that light on. But you sort of get the point I'm getting at. I think the big thing that's different between now and earlier semesters, because I actually have been doing uni through about 3 semesters now, is one, the final semester is always just a ton of work, and I'm basically working 2 jobs right now. So I haven't said how much time I'm spending on the channel, but you can probably work it out from some of the numbers I gave earlier. I reckon it's probably close to full-time hours, maybe even more than that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 50 or so hours a week. So I'm working on that, and I've also got my other job where I do night fill, which isn't really that many hours. Usually it's about 10 or so hours a week, but the time that I'm spending on YouTube has also been growing. So I've been spending more time on prep, more time on thumbnails, more time on titles, things like that, just because I've wanted to make the content as good as possible. So by building up the amount of time that's being spent on that, it's sort of eating into the time that I normally would have been working on assignments. I think that's what's also causing the problem. But if I'm being completely honest, I would say that making these videos, making 7 videos a week, is probably the most fun thing that I've done this entire year, and probably one of the most fun things I've done in quite a while, because even though this is absorbing all of my time, I don't know, it's just something that I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy just building up this community, and I guess building up this repertoire of videos that a lot of people seem to really enjoy for some reason. So that was just a bit of a quick update on me. When I start streaming, I'll probably use that as an outlet for these sorts of videos, but I still think they're fun to do from time to time. I don't know, let me know what you think about them. I know they're different from the regular sorts of videos, so I'm not going to do them super often, but every couple of months I think they're kind of fun. So I think that's pretty much everything for me, but before I go, I would like to thank my supporters, so a special thank you to Chris, Donald, Joachim, Corbinian, Andrew, Craig, Nathan, Monster, Chico Bento, Joseph, Pittity, Road, Tony, Brennan, John, Marek, Mikkel, Nate Dog, Nephite, Poe, Tees, and Zilver. If you want to go small, I've worked on links down below to my Subscribe Star, Patreon, LibrePay, all of that sort of stuff. I've got my podcast, Tech Over Tea, available basically anywhere, and this channel's available on Library, BitChute, and Odyssey if you want to watch on a platform that isn't YouTube. So I think that's pretty much everything for me. I've got 2 more videos to record today, and I'm out.